Good afternoon, everybody. This is John Weeks coming to you from SWAPA on Monday, the 29th of August. I'm here with Casey Murray, our NC chair, and obviously by now you've heard the news about our AIP. First, I want to thank over 900 of you, our SWAPA pilots, that showed up at our picket last Wednesday. In total, we had over 1,050 participants. We want to thank the representatives from APA, from Delta, from Spirit, and from JetBlue that aided us in our picket from the pilot side. We also want to issue a sincere thanks to all of our SWAPA family volunteers that helped during the picket, as well as representatives from TW 556 and AMFA Chapter 11. Last week, our NC was in Southern California negotiating with the NMB and the company. At the end of the week, things started to move a bit more quickly. They worked through the weekend and literally until about Sunday morning, flew here Sunday night. We had a board conference call Sunday night, and that brought us to the fruition of the AIP. You're going to be receiving a lot of information in the next coming months, and you're going to have a lot of questions. Throughout the next few months, we promise to provide you with as much intellectual honesty as is humanly possible and not give you a sales job. The information is going to be more granular and detailed as we progress, and our video talk is the second step. The blast that we put out earlier today was the first. We're doing a full bullet point list that's being compiled while Casey and I shoot this video. We hope to have you that by the close of business tomorrow, Tuesday, August 30th. Your BOD will have the full language of the contract by the end of the week. We have an agreement in principle. The NMB may use a different terminology. However, rest assured, this agreement is currently only an AIP, and it will come before the SWAPA board, who will decide whether it becomes a TA or not. Once, and only if the board votes to send it to you, the membership, you will have a TA, and then you will vote on that TA. The vote, the agreement, is your final decision. And with that, I'll give it to Casey to go over some of the bullet points and highlights of what we've come up with.
Thanks, John. First off, I want to say thanks to all of you who have participated, who've been engaged, who've spoken to your leadership, and let it be known what exactly it is that you expect. We hope this agreement satisfies all your needs in a new contract. That was our primary focus, and we hope it does that. I also want to give a quick shout out to our governance, to John, to all the SWAPA staff that helped us, as well as the SWAPA committees that were an integral part of this agreement. I want to give one last shout out to my team that I couldn't have done what we ended up bringing to you without them. So thanks. Now, John in his blast put out the basic bullet points of the AIP. It is our intent to get a full list of bullets to you in the next 24 hours that are all the changes that occur from our current CBA to what we've agreed to in the AIP. So we start off with an amendable date of August 31st, 2020 with a 6-month early opener. We have 100% full retro pay based on a 3% the first year it was amendable, a 4% the next year, and a 4% coming through October of this year. Retro will be paid for everyone who was on the property for the time they were on the property. So whether you've retired, we have our pilots who are deceased, or pilots no longer with Southwest or out on medical, and moving forward, it's going to be full retro, and that's the way it's been calculated, and that's the way we will continue to label it. The company, you might see, we'll call it a ratification bonus, but rest assured it captures all of the monies that you missed out on throughout the length of these negotiations. Profit sharing in the 401k will be a match on that retro. The snap-up pay rate of 15% on date of signing, which will be October 1st of 2016. 3% annual raises moving to the amendable date, with a 3% raise on the amendable date to cover us moving forward. We Also have a B plan that will graduate up to 15%. It starts out at 12% in 2016. It moves to 14% in 2017 and 15% in 2018. Note that all contractual caps are removed and there is no profit sharing offset. And just to clear up, the B plan is a direct contribution into your 401k. It does not require a contribution to obtain that match, and it is up to you at that point whether you contribute or not. We have various methods of distributing profit sharing, cash versus deferred. We do have various legal and tax implications as well as limitations that are very complex, and we're still working with those with the company. The 401A17 for profit sharing and the 401k we were able to achieve. We tightened Section 1 language and metrics. We have part of those metrics and part of those protection are the removal of reciprocal transborder, interline, and route authority slot restricted airports. We strengthened the reopener, distribution, furlough protection language. And furloughs, any furlough will trigger a wind down of all partnerships, and we will those will only be allowed once the last furlough pilot is back on property. And the MAX issue has also been resolved. Any aircraft that has more than 175 seats or requires a different type rating will trigger a reopener to negotiate that aircraft, and that aircraft will not be able to be flown until an agreement is reached. We finalized a settlement on the AQP grievance. It is not day for day, but you will be paid 6.5 trips for pay for that lost day off. So we retain the TA1 red-eye operational language, international overrides, and we added an hour on the red-eye window for the pay override. Move-up language remains the same. We did not achieve paid parking. We were able to fend off PBS. We limited near international pilot subsets to an entire base, so not divisions. As far as the ETOPS bid group, we were able to reduce the training locks in half from TA1, as well as new hires being protected so they're not locked in an ETOPS bid group with the training locks. Also, subject to legal and compliance review, we have a commitment to develop a retiree health account. That's a VEBA using pilot contributions. We still have a little bit of work to do on that as far as language and making sure that it is set up correctly. We codify the check airman pay and scheduling work rules. We retain the Lance Captain program. It does have unrestricted duty periods. It is 12 months up or out, meaning after 12 months you'll either continue to upgrade or you can move back to first officer. Reserve, we achieved a pay per day, which is 6 trips for a day that you sit on reserve. If you do go out and fly, the reserve pay is fully rigged. It will be a minimum of 6.5 or duty. And we also retain the RCO concept from TA1. We have a very simplified right of return that I think will satisfy both the company's needs and our needs. And sick leave accrual only occurs at straight time for premium trips. And then we have no seat on the Southwest Airlines board. And with that, I'll hand it back over to John.
Thanks, Casey. On behalf of the entire board and the membership, we know you guys have sacrificed a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of family time, and effort into bringing us to where we are now. The membership will take us from here, and you have my sincere appreciation, seriously, for everything you guys have done.
Thanks, John.
I'm amazed, and I'm very glad you're on our team.
Thank you so much.
Folks, with that, I'd just like to close with a couple of comments. Your support's brought us this far. You're going to determine our future from here. There's so much more information to distribute. We pledge to get you that as quickly and as accurately as we can. Throughout this process as we go forward, please remember to be respectful of others' opinions, because there are going to be varying opinions on this AIP, and if it comes to that, this TA. Please don't fly distracted on the flight deck. It's your responsibility, if you see somebody that is distracted, to let them know that that is not the time to be discussing the contract. As evidenced by last weekend in Florida, it pays for our passengers, our company, and for us to fly the jet. We look forward to seeing you at the road shows should the BOD make the determination to send this to you for a TA. Thanks for all your support. Pending the decision of the board whether or not to send this agreement to the membership, we will be getting back with you on schedules for road shows. There'll be more videos, and there'll be more ways for you to communicate and educate yourselves. Thanks very much for all of you do for us. We'll continue to do our best job for you, and we'll see you on the line. Thanks very much.